What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Chasing Grace. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for hitting that subscribe button right there. We appreciate it. Today's video, we are talking about craning on the 21-foot custom aluminum hardtop and craning the engine back in, and then we're installing some lifelines and some netting and a lot of other work too. We hope you enjoy it.
All right, so we're at Jay's Fabrication Concepts, and this is freaking insane. Shout out to Spirit Animal for putting all the effort in to write up the blueprint. We have totally jacked Spirit Animal's style, but we've changed a few things, I would say. So it's still a top of our own. 21 feet long, and it's going to stick out 11 feet off the back of the boat. So we're going to turn a 51-foot boat into a 62-foot boat. We have a lot of solar going on. These are 320 watt solar panels. We're putting 6 of them on. Jay has welded these plates here. This plate is going to hold this winch, which I'm unspooling now. And just like Raph from Spirit Animals, beautiful idea, jacking that too. We're going to put this Dynamo rig on. We had this done at the rigging department over at West Marine. They've got all of our clips spliced on, lift rings. Our beautiful Highfield Classic 310 tender is going to attach to 2 blocks here and that winch so that we can hit a remote and boom, everything lifts for us. We don't have to break our backs, and it'll snug up against this really, really nicely. So I think that we can keep the tender here even with the outboard in it while we're underway, while we're on passages, and it won't be swinging around. He's got these channels cut in. All of these corners Jay has fabricated to be hollow so that we can do all of the wire runs for these solar panels, for our lights, for LED strip lights, everything inside. You won't see all these wires zip tied on the outside, so it's going to be a really good look. All of this is cockpit, so the helm area is going to be right here. What we're doing is we're doing this nice gray vinyl all over the top. Right now I'm putting weather stripping on these panels while Jay's running to get some screws. I just wanted to show you the top. It's just insane. I mean, we're doing mounts for the grill. We have rod holders getting welded onto today. And to put something like this together that's 21 feet, can hold all these solar panels, be the cockpit cover, and make it look sleek and sexy, that's insane. So highly recommend Jay. He's what a legend of a guy. I'm a crack a beer. We're gonna get some stuff done. I cannot wait to put this sucker on the boat tomorrow.
So we've set a date to put the top back onto the boat, and every moment I have not in the boatyard, I'm rushing with Jay to get everything done. So after he's fabricated the top section, we're gonna lift that up with a crane in his shop so that we can attach the legs and build it all together, and it's gonna take up his entire shop. The next thing we need to do is measure for the solar panels, drill all the holes for those, pre-mount them, get all the weather stripping on them. We wanna drill every hole that we can, tighten up all the details while the top is still in the workshop so that when we get it on the boat, our job is a little bit easier when we're hanging off the back or when we're up on a ladder. So I'm meeting with Kevin from Enclosures Unlimited. He builds enclosures for sport fishes and yachts. He's never worked on a sailboat before, but he was recommended by Jay. I want him to build us a Dodger, which will be basically a windscreen at the front of the cockpit to help protect us from wind and spray. And we're going to talk about a sail bag, so a bag that sits right on top of our boom that the sail can stack into when we're not using it, the mainsail. This will protect it from weather and UV exposure, and it'll just make it a lot neater and tidier. So FJ Marine is stopping by to replace the gauges. I'm a bit surprised that he's replacing the whole cluster, but I'm happy with how it's looking. I'm very excited about that. He is also replacing the last 2 keel bolts. This is literally bolts that bolt the keel on to the vessel. And now that he's done with that, we can slap some paint onto the engine bay and the bilge in there and make sure everything looks clean and tidy. We have a nice new surface to do maintenance in. It's now time to go test fire the engine. And although we're running it off of water in Home Depot buckets, man, when this thing fires up, I'm so happy.
Don't push it yet.
I hope I don't blow up. Ready?
And so when this thing fires up, it's loud, it's powerful. All of our temperature's good, our oil's pressure is looking good. It actually might work, this thing. I'm getting excited.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, man. Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited. It sounds great. Yeah, they really, really bad.
All right, so Hurricane Mike is back. This guy is so professional, potentially the best contractor I've worked with on the boat. He's come back to show me the entire system on the bow thruster. I want to make sure that I understand it so I know how to maintain it and I know how to use it.
I would just put it back on.
After they paint.
Yeah, well, those guys will paint the props and everything. Just, I'd set it right like this
And just get it started.
and just put it on hand tight, and that's it. Leave them there.
Thank you for leaving it so clean in here too.
Well, that's my nickname, Clean Freak. So I try to abide by that. There you go, twist it.
Sweet.
Good. Now you see that battery switch?
Yeah.
Turn it on. Okay, now everything's alive right now.
Okay.
Okay. There's your battery charger.
So that's coming straight off this battery to that fuse into this switch, yeah?
That's correct.
And then it runs to the straight to here. Okay.
And it's on a 20 amp GFI. Okay.
So I could plug that Dometic into there too, you think?
Yes.
You think I could run that Dometic off that all day long?
Absolutely.
That'd be fun?
I put you a bigger one. Instead of a 15 amp, I went to a bigger size, a 20 amp, because I was thinking of you. You got this charging from this battery charger, which you'll have to have the boat either plugged in, shore power plugged in,
Right.
so I can get 110 volts. Or, you see this here, it says alternator charge.
Right.
I put a cable that comes off your alternator.
And it's running back to the engine bay right now?
That's correct. Simple. You want to get inside and really look at it. This is years down the road. You can really work on this thing really easy now. I made it really,
you did a great job, man.
really, really easy.
It just looks clean.
Bow thruster has its dedicated battery charger up in the bow locker and its own battery. And that's kind of jimmy rigged into our main electrical system just temporarily because we plan on going up north and finishing our entire electrical system. So we're going to redo some things. It's just temporary right now. Mike is also showing me the wire that we have run all the way back to the bow thruster control in the cockpit.
Okay, I'm going to just tap it. You heard it? Okay, let me go the other way. Okay, they work both ways. Beautiful. Go ahead and turn the switch off.
So we're installing the lifeline netting. We finally got the right size, the right diameter fittings, and we're putting it in.
I'm just trying to get this one section done, and I'm gonna make it tight so I can tighten all this, and then I can work my way down to the other end.
Let me tell you, this is one of those projects I thought would take us a day maximum. Wrong. I've seen a lot of people's lifeline netting look messy and skewed, and it drives me crazy. So I'm very particular about this project. I want it all to be tight, I want it to be straight. This cordless hot knife is probably the best tool I have on the boat. I love it so much. We got the lifeline netting and the hot knife that we're using to cut it from a company called Sailrite. We're not sponsored by them, but they just happen to be awesome, and they make a lot of great tools for sailors. You should go check them out if you're on the water. Lifeline netting we need to have, right? We have Charlie on board, we have camera equipment on board, we have us, and you can go flying through the lifelines if we're underway. So I don't necessarily love the look of the netting, but it's just so important. It's a big safety feature. We've purchased these little clips, these stainless steel clips from Sailrite. I'm putting a little dab of 5200 right on the tip of the screw just to seal up that hole. We don't want any water getting into the steering compartment back here. Then I gotta go see how Charlie likes the lifeline netting.
You like the netting?
And the guy is following me back and forth. I think he enjoys walking around the boat a little bit more now. We can see a difference. So Charlie's been a good little helper. We're getting him a puppuccino. We're heading to West Marine like pretty much every day. After I get distracted, the reason I'm here is I'm getting some paddleboard racks. I'm fantasizing about a dream stereo system.
So that panel where all the electricals are going, I'm completely doing that, all new switches, getting rid of the chart plotter. I'm getting one of these and a new VHF, so it'll be like a really high-tech wall. It's gonna be nice.
We get to see Miss Vicky, one of our favorite people.
Oh, you're so cute.
Back at the boat, I quickly installed the paddleboard racks, and I'm envisioning how great they're gonna look with some brand new sexy paddleboards on there. Kind of like Expedition Evans does. They have them on display right there. It's just a little aesthetic project I want to work on today. So Kurt with Atlantic Refinishing Crew is back. I was really happy with the finish after the second coat of paint. but the guy is truly a perfectionist, so he's insisted on coming back. We're gonna do one more coat. He thinks that we can get a little bit better if there's nobody sanding in the yard and we have the perfect weather day. So we're gonna do one more, and God, when it's finished, mwah, chef's kiss. It is, this boat is sexy, baby.
Now you're smiling, I'm good. I'm trying.
You smiling?
Oh yeah, man. The yard is also sanding, fairing, priming, and painting the keel. And now we're focusing on the hull below the waterline. So we're fairing that too, and we're also using a 2-part penetrating epoxy that's really gonna grab into that fiberglass and create a water barrier to make sure that this water intrusion doesn't happen anytime soon. As we mentioned before, Kurt is also working to repair the transom. So I'm removing any hardware so that he can get to it, sand everything smooth, do any fiberglass repair he needs to do, and we're talking about trying to schedule a day for him to come back and spray this.
Charles! What the hell?
Who's that?
What the hell?
Thanks for coming by. Think about what I said, I'm serious.
I love you, my boy. You get to see Uncle Alex. Did you get to see Uncle Alex? You want to go home and cuddle?
Hi everyone. We're rushing to get the cockpit finished because I told Deckett that we would be done with everything, and they're coming to do their final measurements and I guess scan to put the artificial teak in, and I'm not ready.
I'm back in the cockpit. I'm trying to wrap up this job. I'm cleaning things. I'm repairing holes in the floor. I'm preparing for this Deckett synthetic teak to come in. I want to wrap this job up, and then I'm also doing some detailing work. The boat has just gotten destroyed leaving the yard. I'm probably jumping the gun here. Spoiler alert, I'm jumping the gun here. I shouldn't be cleaning it this early, but I'm just eager. I want to get the boat cleaned up, so I'm polishing some glass, trying to get it brought back to life. I have a special idea for this little section where Charlie likes to sit, so I got to repair some holes for that. So this project is nearing completion, and the inside of the boat is wrecked. All the work that the mechanics are doing and we're doing for the rigging work, everything gets thrown everywhere. I can't imagine if I wasn't at the yard, because a big part of what I'm spending my time doing in the afternoons and the weekends is cleaning this boat. I'm rushing to get everything put back together to where it's just livable, because soon we have to move onto this boat and live on it full time. I'm excited for that, but I don't want it to be hectic moving aboard.
In a project like this, where it's so discouraging because every time you start a project, there's 10 more projects, you have to have some motivation. And it's nice to just sit here and think about how it's going to look. With all the new teak and the table recovered and all my nice new electronics, nice new top and solar array and a beautiful high-field tender dangling in the back.
So after my self-reflection, I get back to work taking the ceiling panel down in the starboard aft cabin.
There's no embedded stainless plate.
There's nothing for me to do down here, or are you going to put...
No, I mean we have to make holes right through the deck and then put washers and nuts on the underside of the deck.
Okay.
Pretty seamless process to take down all the ceiling panels. The boat is really meant to be taken apart and put back together again. It's really nice. So Paul is going to start working on bolting this line clutch down. I think that's what it's called, brake. Someone leave in the comment, what is this thing called? And then I'm going to go start working on moving that high field tender out of the way, because we've got some work to do with the running rigging underneath the boom.
Feel the tape?
Yeah.
And, well, if you keep rolling, it's too far. If you got to grab the tape and pull the tape down with the string on it. You got to get a hook. You get the string up in the gap, pull the string through that side.
Pull the string through what?
See this string, this part of the string right here?
Yeah.
As you exit here, your line is gonna go like that. It's not too much. And this one's gonna be straight.
I'm testing out this brake, clutch, whatever you want to call it, and we're running the lines through the boom. And I'm starting to get into a rhythm. The first one was tough, but I'm splicing them, running them back through, taking the old ones out as we're running the new ones in.
You want me to start on these pulleys and pulling this down? That seems easy.
Yeah,
right?
take off the old vang.
These go on like this, yeah? I'm gonna lose this shackle, right?
Yeah, you shouldn't need it there.
Okay, cool.
So I'm removing the old blocks. By the way, blocks is sailor lingo for pulleys. Why they're called blocks, I don't know. But one of them is giving me a difficult time, but it's no match for the grinder. That's redneck engineering for you. I also have a problem with one of the winches on the mast, but I've got some more redneck engineering for that, and surprisingly, I fix it. The next thing we got to do, Paul and I are flaking the mainsail over to the boom. We're trying to get it more organized. We've got it back in the track. We want to get it prepared so that Kevin can come back and template for that sail bag. And then we go downstairs and he familiarizes me with the switch he's installed for our new spreader lights. Those first spreaders on the mast have lights that shine down and illuminate the deck. When you first turn it on with one switch, it's white, but if you turn it off and then on back again, it comes on red. And it's a super simple thing. I'm sure a lot of boats have, but when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. The purpose of the red light is it doesn't mess with your night vision when you're underway, and you can illuminate the deck, be safe, move around. Super practical, but it's also really cool, and we can use it for sexy time or party lights or whatever. The new running rigging is stunning. Not only is it going to work great, it looks great too. Honestly, it's the little details that really make a boat pop. We've got it all run back to the cockpit to make everything great, and they have this line locker that is built with the boat to kind of shove everything down in there and keep it out of sight. But I want everything to be coiled and hung up nicely, so I've purchased these hooks with a little bit of elastic, and one day I'll coil it all up, organize it so it's all on display, easy to get to. I don't want a tangled mess inside this line locker. It's like sweeping dirt under a rug to me. So I'm also scrubbing the deck with all the contractors on. This boatyard is filthy. Every boatyard is filthy, and the deck has gotten filthy. There's grease, there's adhesive, there's dirt, there's grime. I'm throwing everything I got at it. We got degreaser on the deck, we've got non-skid cleaner, we got boat soap, and I'm just walking around pouring it all over the deck because it's disgusting. But we're bringing it back to life, and I'm staying hydrated too. I've never been the kind of person who is finicky about my house or my boat, like take your shoes off, but now that we're nearing completion, I need these contractors to stop dirtying up the boat because we're cleaning it every day and it's a constant struggle. So I've got this little sign. It's maybe a little passive aggressive, but you know, please just wipe your feet, guys. You know, we're launching in a couple weeks. Let's start cleaning up the boat. This is my home. Any fishing gear, water sports gear, that's going to live up in the bow locker. I'm trying to get that organized too. I want the fenders to live on deck because I want quick, easy access to them if we're ever going to collide into something. I want to be able to grab them, slip them loose, and have them. So that's going to live under the mast. I'm organizing this bow locker because I have sick plans for this to be an epic dive shop, and I don't want to leave here with it being a disaster. There's so many old lines and junk on this boat. I still haven't gotten to all of it, so I'm getting rid of all these old crusty lines, putting some new ones in, organizing this line locker back here by the cockpit, and I'm using some Stark Yacht Care products. Their mildew cleaner is insane. I'm using that to clean out the locker. Full disclosure, Stark has sent us some products for free, so I guess technically we're sponsored by them, but I want to say the people over there are amazing, and their stuff truly does work. Like working on yachts, I have a very close relationship with cleaning products, and I know what works, I know what I'm used to, I know what's customary in the yachting industry, and Stark has the best stuff. It's just formulated differently, it's new, everything is just, it's just great. Try it out for yourself. If you work on boats, this stuff will save you time. They sent us a bunch, and I'm using it to clean up the boat. It's saving me a lot of time. The crane is pulling back in the yard. It's a beautiful day to be alive. I see this engine pulling up on the forklift. It's go time, baby, and I am pumped.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
When we're lifting that transmission up and it's sitting over the boat, oh my God, my butt is puckering. I am a nervous guy. Imagine a transmission or an engine falling off of a crane onto a newly renovated boat. What a disaster that would be. But the transmission goes back in smoothly. I'm hopeful for the engine. The engine doesn't go in as smoothly as the transition. We have it so assembled and built up that it doesn't fit through the skylight, so we have to stop. No, because this mount is hitting.
Maybe.
Clear right there.
I'm a happy man. This is one of those things. We have to have it before we leave, and we're stuck here without it. So now that it's back in the boat, I have a little less weight on my shoulders. FJ Marine is putting the skylight back on. We can finally close up, silicone everything, and this boat is starting to actually come back together. I'm getting really excited. We're close. Jay and I are getting the top ready to transport. I can't believe we're able to carry this thing on our own. It's rugged, but it's also so lightweight because it's aluminum.
Watch.
All right, you want to set her down?
Set it down. Here, go your way. All right, set it down.
We get this top out of the parking lot, and now that I can actually step back from it, man, this thing looks like it's going 100 miles an hour sitting still. It's sexy, it's sleek. I can't wait to get it on the boat tomorrow. I quickly have to remove the old Bimini top to make room for this new sexy aluminum top that we're bringing in. And I also have to loosen the back stays. So Jay's pulling back into the yard, and it's gonna take an army of people to move this top back to the boat. But I'm blessed enough to have enough help. When we finally crane it up, I'm nervous because we are threading the needle between two really expensive boats. I don't want to damage anything, and it fits perfectly. We're not going to have to make any adjustments. Jay is the man. Shout out to you, Jay. Thank you so much. And the top looks incredible.
Good. Go this way.
It's nerve-wracking, but we get the top back in. We put the back stays back on.
Now my butthole put on flinch. I was waiting to get these.
Another one done and dusted. Thank you guys so much for supporting our channel. We're growing, we got a growing crew, we're doing fun things over here. We appreciate you watching these videos, and we're excited to catch up to real time. Come back and see us next Thursday. Don't mind my phone over there. Come back and see us next Thursday. You can see our video with our trip to the Annapolis boat show where we met a bunch of other YouTubers, got a crazy amount of product for the boat. It was such a fun time. I also want to say thank you so much to the Patreons. If you're a Patreon and you're supporting this channel in that way, you mean the world to me. I love getting all your photos on the wall. I'm so excited to have a couple of you out to the boat. Just a reminder, if you signed up for Patreon, we're about to announce on December 25th, on Christmas, that you can come out, be on the boat with us in the Exumas for a week. One lucky winner is going to be picked at random, so there's some perks to it, and we appreciate the Patreons in that way. Also, gotta say it one more time, sorry buddy, hit the subscribe button. Charlie really appreciates it. For every subscriber we get from this video, I will give him a treat. Maybe a lot of treats, hopefully. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Me like it.
My feet are as white as your. Here.
We're building a top.
Oh no.
It's like Olympic.
I'm organizing this bow locker because I have sick plans for this to be an epic dive shop, and I don't want to leave here with it being a disaster. It's funny to say because it's a disaster up front right now as we speak.